It's Monday, and you know what that means. It means new blessings, new opportunities, and a brand new slate. Hope your weekend was as great as mine. This is JoyNews Interactive, coming to you live from digital address GA0992539 in Kakomemle, Accra. You can join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. You can also watch the show on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 144. My name is Mapita CBD, and we're back on WhatsApp. We're at 055-815-7074. Now, I will build the National Cathedral to the glory and honor of God through Christ who strengthens us. This statement by the president has sent Twitter wild. The National Cathedral has been trending since inception, and it doesn't look like it will stop anytime soon.
It will need the support of this church, and indeed of the entire Christian community, as well as of all religious people, and of all those who believe in the one true God. Again, the Apostle Paul says in Philippians 4:13, quote, that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, unquote. I am firm in my view that by the grace of God and through Christ who strengthens me and my government, all the programs and policies being rolled out, which were once described as overly ambitious and not feasible by some, whether it is a free senior high school, planting for food and jobs, one district, one factory, one village, one dam, and the development of our road and rail infrastructure, amongst others, will be implemented to the benefit of the Ghanaian people. The execution of these policies will help lead us onto the path of progress and prosperity. And through Christ who strengthens us, the National Cathedral will be built to the glory and honor of God. Amen.
Through Christ who strengthens us, the National Cathedral will be built. Now let's go to Twitter and see what you have been saying. National Cathedral was trending number 2 in our Ghana trends. We're going to start with @Dr. RBK, who says, is that the Christians in GH don't have a place of worship anymore? That's why National Cathedral is about to be built. I understand there are many hospitals without beds, schools without inadequate desks and dormitories, our road untarred, and our imminent problem is a place of worship. This one is from @Ike Jr_23, who says, you are saying, whatever Ghanaians will say, you are building the National Cathedral at Nana Akufo-Addo Dead Goat Bakupe. And @Sophie39503345 says, building a national cathedral is not something to contemplate on since its significance is broad. Let's not forget that cathedral is a place of prayer, and as the saying goes, prayer is the key to lock and unlock. This one is from @King of Accra, who says, another school without furniture and National Cathedral is priority. @RayD_GH says, as I always say, misplaced priorities. This one is from @JustNanaAma, who says, I just remembered the finance minister said something like, I hope the completion of the National Cathedral will earn us some righteousness. And I can't stop laughing. So there are folks in this, our #Ghana, who believe a building will make us righteous in the eyes of the Lord. Miss Mind says, National Cathedral, another wasteful, senseless venture. #GH budget. And @Agokoli says, constitutionally, we will be a circular state, but we're building a national cathedral for Christians. At Obiba_ says, looks like the National Cathedral is coming home. Some old buildings of the judges are getting cleared to make space. Keep sending some of your comments on our Facebook page. We're Joy News on TV. Now, founding president of policy think tank Imani Ghana, Franklin Kudjo, has described as outrageous government's proposed increase of presidential staffers from 998 to 1,614. He said the move contradicts the president's pledge to protect the public purse. Now, we posted that video on our Facebook page and got a lot of interesting comments. But before we take them, let's watch the video.
When I heard that the number has jumped from 998 to 1614, these are even numbers. I thought they were lotto numbers, by the way. This is shocking. To think that we are trying to protect the public, I tell you that it's not right to, first of all, have 111 ministers, and then secondly, raise the number of staffers from 998 to 1614. You know, at this rate, we might actually get to 1947, which is the original date the UGCC was formed. 1947 staffers by the time the tenure of this administration is over, and I fear that we are wasting money. That's why we said that fighting corruption should start from the presidency. You know why? Because the Office of Government Machinery is this very amorphous entity which has all manner of people doing all manner of things. If it are not taking Okujeto to give us that data, we will never see it. 998 to 1614, that's too much.
Now, that video had 57 comments, 81 shares, 10,000 views and 194 reactions. But you can send us on our WhatsApp number. We are 055 815 7074. 055 815 7074. Now let me go to our Facebook page. We're Joy News on TV. We're going to start with Tiffany Osei, who says, Akufo-Addo leads nepotism in Africa. How can he fight corruption? The practice of nepotism is bad. And that comment's got 13 reactions. Let's go to Ben Okley, who says, NPP told Ghanaians they have the men. I now understand. Waiting for 2020. So Niteta says, you're 100% true. They are thieves. And Marcus says the special prosecution should rather start from the presidency. Atafring Pong comes in to say, well, he's asking, what is wrong with hiring Ghanaians to work in the presidency? Is it not better than politicians pocketing the money for the personal needs? The government hires according to their volume of work. You can only criticize if the government refuses to deliver what they promised to do. Kudo or whatever you call yourself, okay, you cannot manage the presidency for them. If you find any corrupt practice, go to the court, period. And at Charles Quick, who says, oh, Ghana, why do we need these staffers? Politics. This one is from at D-Boat, who says, just one question. If a class teacher is not able to monitor just 45 students in a class, how does a president monitor over 100 ministers? The answer, impossible. So they steal, steal, and steal. You can go to our Facebook page to see more of that comment. Now to some sports. Ghana's under-17 female side, the Black Maidens, suffered a shock defeat at the hands of Mexico in the ongoing under-17 World Cup in Uruguay. The Maidens came into the game with 3 straight wins in the matches. Now, Coach Evans Odota's teenagers were on course to winning a 4th straight game when a free kick from Mexico's captain Perez unsettled the Maidens. The Maidens subsequently missed 2 penalty kicks and lost. There's a lot of talk about it, but let's start with Hans Mensah-Ando of Joy Sports. Good morning, Hans.
Good morning, Mops.
Now, were you surprised the Maidens lost?
Was I surprised? Yes, I think I was surprised. Obviously, because they went into that game as favorites. Obviously, also because of how they performed in the group stages. 9 points from a possible 9. All 3 matches won. You know, loads of goals scored. The skipper of the side has scored 6 goals in those 3 games. And so, yes, the Maidens went into that game as favorites, and we all expected them to to win the game, but unfortunately that clearly didn't happen.
All right. Now, what do you make of Coach Adote's utterances after the game? Because it's making the rounds on social media. What do you make of it?
I think that was unfortunate. Look, the under-17 tournament for both male and female is purely for developmental purposes. It is meant to expose those players to what it's like to be an international footballer. The main aim is not about winning the competition. The main aim is exposure to help the players to develop and give them a glimpse into what international football and major tournaments look like. Also for them to play against other countries, So it's purely developmental. It's not really about going out there to win the tournament. Now we see it in a different way. Now, if you look at Ghana, indeed Africa's record, and I'm talking about the male side as well, through the various World Cups. I'm talking under 17, under 20, through to the Senior World Cup itself. You realize that Africa has a solid record at the under 17 level. If you go through the under 20, it depreciates a bit in terms of the performance, and then you see a further decline at the main World Cup itself. It's because of the way consistently we've approached it, because of the way we perceive it. The Europeans and South Americans, by extension, have a different perception of what the under-8 tournament is supposed to do, the purpose is supposed to serve. They see it as what I talked about, developmental. It's not about winning. It's about exposing the players. And so they don't come in, doing everything they can to win. We go out there to purposely, sometimes, cheating our way to winning. It's common knowledge that a lot of the players who played in the past for Ghanaian under 17, under 20 teams were overaged. I mean, this is something that we've come to know. The Europeans come in with 15-year-olds for under 17 tournaments. We go in with 20-year-olds for under 17 tournaments and win it, and we're all happy. We go to under 20 tournaments with 24, 25-year-olds and beat the Europeans who come in with 18, 19-year-olds for under 20 tournaments, and we're happy. Naturally, when the players progress up to the senior level, you get to a point where the Europeans have got players at their peak, while our players are on the decline. And so we totally miss it. I think that Ivan Sadote's comment about the goalkeeper was totally uncalled for. I think it was unfortunate. He must know and understand what the tournament is for at that age. Those mistakes are normal. They are common. So it brings to the fore the things that these players need to work on, and as a coach, you're supposed to work on it. You don't hang the player out to dry out there in public like that with the whole world watching. That was uncalled for.
All right. Now, Hans, before you leave, how should these talents be harnessed for a brighter tomorrow?
Okay, so that's a good question. It's something that I've been, talking about consistently. Look, first of all, you need a plan. You need a solid plan. If you look at the development of women's football, there is no plan in Ghana. There are no structures. We just leave them to play around and then develop on their own, mostly by their natural instincts. A lot of these players haven't gone through proper technical training. A lot of these players are playing at levels beyond them, as a matter of fact. At least for the men, we bemoan the quality of structures and the plan that we have, but the plans do exist, the structures do exist for the men, albeit not in the best of shapes. But for the women, it is totally non-existent. Let's begin from the schools, and I'm talking about the primary schools. The talents are there. They are down there. We seem to think that we'll find the talent in the secondary schools rather, but they're way below the secondary schools. Let's begin from the primary schools. Let's have a juvenile football league for women's football. Let's see them progress through the various juvenile stages. Let's get under 12, let's get under 14, let's get under 17. Let's have those systems in place and see the players progress. Give them proper training. Those that show proper potential. Look, the Winneba Sports College is still there. Let's put the brilliant players there and hone their skills. I get sad because we've got an abundance of talent when it comes to women's football. It comes easily, naturally to us. If you look back, the powerhouses of women's football on the African continent were Ghana and Nigeria. We stagnated. Today, South Africa has caught up. Cameroon has caught up. Equatorial Guinea has come in and won an AFCON when Ghana is here to win the women's AFCON. We have seen a lot of teams progressing while Ghana remains stagnant because we failed to build on the stock. We failed to build on the quality that hard. We need to have a plan in place, commit to that plan, make the necessary investments. And I tell you what, in 5 years, this team that have gone to Uruguay and made us all proud are going to be one of the top teams in the world.
All right. Thank you so much, Hans Mensah Underwood, Joy Sports there, and saying that we need to have a plan and we need to commit to that plan to harness a brighter tomorrow. Black Maidens were trending on Twitter. Let's see if we can get a few tweets before we take our break. Okay, so we're going to start with Eugenia, who says, I still can't believe the hashtag Black Maidens are out of the Under-17 World Cup. Painful to watch them exit this early after impressive play at the group stage, but they deserved a spot in the top 4. But alas, football heartbreaks. This one is from @Ghana Official, and they say, kudos, hashtag Black Maidens. You fought a good fight and we're proud of you. We end our journey here with a lot of pride. This one is from @Juliet Bauer, who says, good showing by the Black Maidens, gave a good account of themselves, hashtag Black Maidens. And the last tweet I'm going to take is from @F_Ampar15, who says, you did your best. Better luck next time. I'm very proud of you, hashtag Black Maidens. This one is from @JoshuaTom17 and says, you fought a good fight. We appreciate your efforts. Hashtag Black Maidens. Ghanaians love you, girls. On that note, I'm going to take a quick breather. When we come back, we're talking everything social media influencers. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back from that breather. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapita Sibidi. Now, social media influencers. Who are they? What do they do? And how exactly are they influencing us?
I'm gonna offend a lot of people, but I gotta do it. This social media influencer stuff gotta stop. I see the word used all the time on people's pages. I'm an influencer. But you're influencing people to do what? To reach a standard of beauty that's unattainable naturally, even for you? To lust after cars and material objects that won't give anybody any true happiness? You know what? Maybe you are an influencer. Because you know when people drive drunk, what do they say? You're under the influence. It's a lot of people intoxicated by the things that these influencers put out. A lot of people are sick with influenza. Listen, you got two choices as an influencer. You can either dig people deeper into their illusions, or you can free them. After coming to your page, do people walk away better or worse? I'm saying you're an influencer, but so are some of the worst people in history. The question is, what kind of influencer do you want to be? Say something. Peace.
Social media influencers. Now joining me in studio is Kweku Stephen, a social media influencer. He's always updating, always posting, and always commenting. But today he tells us what exactly are social media influencers. Good morning, Kweku.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. So, what is a social media influencer?
Well, personally, I feel a social media influencer is someone who makes an impact through his or her social media medium. Let's say he or she will just go into details to fish out an information, which of course on a daily basis someone wouldn't get such information. Now after fishing out such information, you just dig deeper and make an impact. If it's, let's say, a human interest story, if something which is social, you go to the extreme to dig into that story and you make an impact out of it. And the moment you put such stories or such posts on social media, everyone will be like, wow, this is something worth talking about. So I think someone who was an influencer on social media, someone who goes to the extreme, not just making a normal post, but post that makes influence on impact on the society as well.
But now, what is the importance? I mean, I can post something on Facebook and it won't get as many reactions if you posted the same things. Yeah. What is the importance of a social media influencer? You posting something without getting much, let's say, likes, doesn't mean people haven't seen it. Now,
You here, you can just post a very simple thing, or you just post a bad news. That's when you notice that, no, there are people following it. So, you know, it doesn't really matter you, the personality. It matters, what matters most is the content of what you are putting across as an individual. If the context is, you know, worth talking about, it's worth discussing, it's worth, you know, the people's choice, that's when people will rush into it and then, you know, begin to talk about it all over. Yeah, sure.
All right, how does one become a social media influencer? Well, obviously you need to have social media.
Of course.
Yes, but then above that, what do you need to do?
Well, I think to be an influencer on social media, as I said earlier on, you need to dig deeper. You know, not just any normal story, any normal post. Let's say you hear the celebrity talk about this, you just went for it and just, you know, dump it there. No, you just have to dig deeper. You know, most often study the trend, know what the people want. Let's say this week people are discussing Doomsaw. Is Doomsaw back? So you as an influencer, if you want to be an influencer, that's what you have to dig into. Just fetching some stories, the things people don't know about the Doomsaw, is it really back? The humor side of it, all the aspect people would love to talk about. So you just study the trend. Let's say during the week, this week, what would people like to, you know, hear? It's a Monday. People are stressed within the weekends. It's a Monday. They don't want any hard news, any soft news. So you just have to just study the trend and then put it to them and then bam, you know, when it's there, they'll be like, wow, that's it.
All right. When I come to your page,
yeah,
what are you influencing me to do? What are you doing? Are you, you know, like the video we just watched,
yeah,
are you just trying to get me to attain a certain kind of beauty? I need to know entertainment, gossip, music, latest fashion trends. What are you influencing me to do? When I come to your page and I leave, what have I learned or what will I learn?
Someone like Kweku Steven, when you visit my page, I do most on human interest stories.
Okay.
Let's say today, Monday, I'll just wake up, I'll move to the hospital. I'll just identify one thing which is wrong there, which I know probably it's a human interest story. Now, I moved to the Rich Hospital and I identified that there was this lady who came from Dubai. She's paralyzed. She can't talk. She was traumatized there. And then she can't identify her family. Now, this person needs help. How can she identify her people? So I just walk straight to her. I video her. I make some voiceover over it and I just place it on social media and bam, people are like, I know this lady, I know her, you know, so it just blows up. Now, I also identify a talent. You know, mostly I do post things about individuals. There's this lady, Ohima, I used to post about on social media. I felt that Ohima is very talented, but needs a push. So I just dig into it and I'm like, oh wow, this girl, she's very talented. And I just make stories out of it. But the moment I place there, people are like, wow, who is this person you're talking about? We'll research about her, we'll, you know, find out more about her, and it becomes topical all over.
All right.
Yeah.
Last question. Do you think social media has maybe taken over the normal style of journalism? You know, we've got citizen journalism, breaking news, Facebook, ga, 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 ga. You know, Medina Adenta, you see it on Facebook, someone is streaming live.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to first fetch my camera, go drive there, but social media has already broken the news.
Yeah.
So do you think it has taken over?
Social media has taken over. You know, of late, individuals are journalists of their own. Something will just happen. You know, at times it's quite pathetic because, let's say, when someone is in need, there's something happening that, you know, let's say fire burn something, instead of people rendering help to the person, we are interested in taking coverage. We use our phones, we snap, we video and all that. So of course, to your question, I feel social media has taken over.
Yeah.
The moment you do something here, the next minute, is there. People are just discussing all over. So I think it's a new trend. So you just have to, you know, adapt to it.
All right. Okay.
Sure.
So where can people catch you? On Facebook?
On Facebook, Kweku Steven. Kweku Qweku and Steven Stephen.
Are you on Steven. Twitter?
Yeah. Twitter is Obiba Steven. And then
Instagram
Obiba Steven as well.
Obiba Steven as well. All right. So social media influencer there, Kweku Steven. You can catch him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that will be all for JoyNews Interactive with me, Mapito CBD. You can catch me on Instagram. I am Princess_Pito. Also on Facebook, Princess Pito CBD. It's been a wonderful, wonderful edition of JoyNews Interactive with me. Join our conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're JoyNews on TV. You can also send us WhatsApp messages on 055 815-7074. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.